Hey guys. So in this week's video, it's just going to be a short video, and it's just going to be the boys. Here, let me back that up a little bit. You might be too close to my face. I don't know. Anyway, in this week's video, it is going to be the guys, my boys, and my husband putting up my fence. Yay. I know it's a break in the shed, but it's, I decided to do that because, I didn't want you guys to see in the next video, the fence put up, that kind of like a spoiler, you guys didn't get to see the fence being put up. So I decided to just put a break in the shed series and show you guys getting the fence put up. So anyway, yeah, so the shed being put up, and then Brian and I also took some time to work on the front yard a little bit and put up some shade, or a shade area in our front porch, our front seating area. We don't really have a front porch, but there was a garden area when we first moved to the house, and I'm not a gardener. I don't have a green thumb at all. So it's just not my thing. And so we kind of paved over it with pavers and some AstroTurf, and made a seating area. And it's nice, except for that we live in Oklahoma and it is blazing hot here. So years ago in the backyard, we had this nice seating area, but back in 2020, 2020, what a year. Anyway, we had this huge ice storm that came through, and not only did it knock out the power in my house for 3 weeks, you can go back out and check out that video, but the ice storm was, it was very windy, and it knocked over trees and power lines, and it knocked over the structure that we had built. Like, this storm was crazy. But so that whole structure came down, and it had the shading that we had, the shading panels that we had, those somehow survived. So anyway, we moved those to the front of the house, and we ended up making a couple other changes. But so I put that footage in this video as well, us putting up that stuff. So anyway, I decided to, like I said, have like a break in the shed series for this week so that you guys could see the fence going up. My boy's working hard for me to get that fence up so that the dogs wouldn't jump the fence anymore. Except for that Fern can still jump the fence. But at least Frank doesn't have to be on his lead anymore, because Frank doesn't jump the fence. I'm sure that if he figured out he could, he would, but he hasn't figured out that he can. Bless his heart, he's such a sweet boy. But Fern can jump the fence, and she does. The little rascal. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy this week's video, and I will see you at the end with a walkthrough of the stuff in my messy backyard. I wish I could have made the backyard look really nice to finish the video, but yeah, it would have been a while for me to finish the video for you to see a nice looking pretty backyard, because that's real life around here right now, guys. Real life, okay? And this is all about real life. This is life unfiltered. So, real life DIY, where things don't get to be completely pretty and everything. So I try, but it's not going to happen. Not for the backyard anyway. Not right now. So the front yard looks pretty, but not the backyard. So at least the fence is done. Not stained or anything, but done. All right, I'll see you guys at the end. So, I didn't explain yesterday what was happening. At least I don't remember explaining what was happening yesterday before I just started time-lapsing. So, we're starting the process of redoing the front yard. And we decided that we had leftover fence posts. So, we put in 2 fence posts in the front yesterday so that we can create a covered shaded area situation.
Go get the step ladder. Where is it?
In the shed, but go through the front because the dogs are out back, so I don't want you opening up the gate. So the guys dug the holes yesterday with the auger and poured the cement and all that good stuff. And is it dry, honey? It's dry.
Set up enough.
It's set up enough, he says. And Brian and I went to Home Depot and picked up some chain and hooks and doodads. I'm gonna call them doodads, I don't know what else to call them. And so now him and Paul are getting all put together. We're getting a new mailbox too. That's gonna go on the post. We got some black paint. We're gonna paint the posts black because all the trim on the house eventually, spoiler alert, is gonna be black. Because the house is not gonna be this god-awful yellow brick color. Wait. He's just drilling random holes, I guess. Not random. He knows what he's doing. Anyway, so I'll show you what's happening. It's gonna be cool when we're done. Okay. start the video here. This man. Anyway, hey guys. So, to finish out the video, I thought I would. What are you doing now? To finish out the video, I thought instead of sitting in my room, I would walk y'all around and show you the finished product of the front yard and the backyard, since that's this week's video. And by finished product, I mean part one of a million. I don't know, who knows, because it'll be an ongoing process for the house. So, and when I did the front, when I was videoing the front, we made changes after that. So, but I didn't catch it on video because most of it Brian did while I was either asleep or inside the house. So, I didn't catch any of it on video. These cushions actually come with these chairs, so I know they weren't in the video, but we rarely have these cushions out because it's either too windy or because of the rain, I never keep them out. But now that the thing is covered, like I could keep these cushions out all the time, and probably that one over there, but this one would probably still get wet sometimes. But anyway, so let me show you what we've done out here so far. We added an actual tarp, which won't be permanent all the time, just because why won't it be permanent all the time? Oh, we won't need it all the time. It's mostly for the rainy season, which is right now. So we will probably take it down in like maybe another month, because we really put up the sunshade part of it so that we could be out here during the day and not roast to death. But Brian thinks that if we had it out here, the tarp during the day, in the middle of the day with the tarp, he thinks it might get too hot. So we'll see. I don't know. It might become a permanent thing. So we'll just have to wait and see. But when it's raining, you still can't sit out here with just the sunshade part because you get wet. But you can be out here with the tarp when it's raining and not get wet. Actually, the boys and I were out here when it was hailing, and we were completely dry. It was funny because Raymond helped me crawl over this way. He actually picked me up over the railing. It was hilarious. I wish I had got it on camera, but Paul wasn't quick enough to get it on his camera. But it was rather hilarious. So let me show you the finished product. So Brian put the tarp up. So it's just a 8x12, I think, is what we bought. So it overlaps this way, so the rain catches in here a little bit, but it's all right. And he just tied it together. And then we have these solar lights that I had. We had 2 sets. Actually, these are 2 sets, but part of them don't work. So he hid the other part that doesn't work because they were coming up front. But they died. So this is like 1.5 of them. So that's the final of that. And that stone actually fell on his shoulder at work one day, and then when it fell, that's the part that fell on his shoulder and cracked off, and it just made a shape like Oklahoma, so he kept it. And actually this morning, it was hanging up here, but this morning it fell on his foot, and then it cracked, so we're just laying it down so that we can keep it. And then this used to have like lava rocks in it, but he brought home some tempered glass from his shop, and put them in here, so eventually all of that will break down. But he got this from his boss for free, so it's really pretty at night. I'll see if I can't get a clip of this evening, so y'all can see what it looks like at night. But it's really pretty when it's lit up. And it was concrete colored. It was the same color as this, but I painted it black, so you can see. I have to paint it again, but yeah, so that's what that looks like. And then we have one of our other sunshade things hung up over there to keep the sun from beating on us from over there. And eventually we will take down all this dated wrought iron and do something else. I want to do like siding, like maybe cedar siding going all the way up. Brian doesn't want to do it all the way up. He wants to do like a window or something in it so that he can see out, and be like the nosy neighbor. So we're trying to find a compromise, because it has like, what is it called, like a vestibule or whatever. See how there's how we have like the front right there, because I want to be able to come up the stairs and then be protected from the rain and whatever, if I'm like carrying stuff up here. And I'm trying to get in the door, which, is a digital door. So we don't have like keys that we're messing with, but we still have to be able to unlock the door, and whatnot. So I'm still trying to figure out how we're gonna do that. So we might have like where it's a screen, or maybe it's a window that is a clear window, and so he can still see out, and it's what I want and what he wants all at the same time. I don't know, we'll see what happens. But anyway, so this is the front yard, and so let's go to the backyard, which is still kind of a mess, but I'll show you the fence. Let's go. All right, guys, so I'm probably a sweaty mess because I just cleaned up the backyard to finish this video. It's still a mess, but it is a lot better than it was. So let me show you the fence line. Whew. I'm trying to move this weird spring. Okay, so let me show you. That's what I was moving. It's an elevator spring, I think, is what Brian said. All right, so here's the fence. That is not attached. That's just laying there. So here's the fence line. And the lawn is not mowed, no, because there's still a whole bunch of branches and everything everywhere. Brian was trimming the trees and stuff, so there's still branches everywhere that Paul's working on raking up for me. And so I don't want him mowing the lawn until everything is mowed. But that's the neighbor's fence and whatnot. But that's where our fence started, right there. And that's the whole fence line that they put in. And then we still have 2 panels left over. I overbought. But anyway, so there's our burn pile. So we have a bunch of work still left to do, but when I recorded the video the first time, to end the video, the backyard was atrocious still, and I decided that I had to clean it up a little bit. I just couldn't finish the video with it being as disgusting as it was, so I cleaned up the backyard a little bit. Anyway, really. So we are gonna put, we have a canopy that we have some planters that we're gonna put concrete in and put the, set the legs in to the planters and the concrete, and then we're gonna set that right here so that this is nice and covered, but we're going to, I don't think it's gonna be a permanent thing. We're just gonna fold it up and take it into the shed and bring it out, you know, on the weekends or whatever, so that it doesn't get damaged, so that when Brian comes out here with the dogs, he can sit here and play with the dogs or whatever he wants to do. So yeah, that's what this area is going to be. Later in the day, it's the trees come and shade it, but early in the morning and stuff, it's nice and bright and not shaded. And sorry y'all, I know I'm sweaty, but it's very hot. So let's see, what else are we gonna do? So these little, I don't know what you call these things. These things that, look, damaged my foot. I dropped it on my foot and I damaged my foot. Anyway, it's fine. But these things, Brian's has 2 of those elevator springs or whatever they are. He's gonna cut these in half and I guess make bar stools out of them. I don't know, he's got these plans. But I think we're gonna make a table over there and put the bar stools over there after we level all this whole area out, to make a nice seating area out here. And the fence is going to get, why do I have foliage growing through my fence? We're gonna stain the fence. I kind of want a nice like espresso color, I think, but I'm gonna take one of those extra panels and we're gonna do some testing on those, because behind the shed we're gonna make that like a storage area. We're gonna do a lean-to, and then I think we're gonna use the panels as gates or whatever, so that we can store stuff back there and nobody can see it. And then we're gonna do some nice seating around the fire pit, which I don't know if we're gonna have the same fire pit over there or not. Here, let's go out. Let's move into the shade. I don't know that we're gonna keep this fire pit, or if we're probably gonna end up building something with stone or brick or whatever. We have plenty of bricks hiding over there, so we'll probably do something with brick and make it look nicer. So we'll see. We did remove all of the grass from this area. Catherine did that for us a few months ago, but it's starting to grow back. And then the dogs decided to dig everywhere. We want to level out this whole backyard, and then put new grass. But the dogs dig so much that I don't know. They're probably just gonna dig it up. So I don't know if it's worth it. Catherine was going to make this whole thing a big garden area, but she's going to be moving out in a few months, so I don't know if she's still planning on doing that. She still can if she wants to. But that's up to her. I just don't know if she's still planning on doing it, since she's going to be moving out. But she's probably going to end up getting an apartment, so if she still wants to have a garden and drive over here and tend to it on her days off, she's more than welcome to, but I don't know. I'm not going to tend to it because, like I said earlier, I'm not a gardener and I don't plan on becoming one. So it would just die if she made a garden and then left it for somebody else to tend to. So don't know if she's going to do that or not. But anyway, so if not, it'd probably just end up being a nice grassy area for the dogs. And soon we will be pressure washing the outside of the shed, so that we can paint as soon as the wet season is over, which should be within a month, hopefully. So that we can paint the shed, and we will be painting the house probably this summer, if not next summer, because we will have to do it when it's not wet, and so that means that we have to paint in the summertime. I'm not looking forward to painting in the summertime, but that's when you need to paint a brick house. Anyway, so yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this week's video, and I know it was a break in the shed series, but I did that on purpose, like I said in the beginning, because I didn't want you guys to all of a sudden see the fact that we had up the fence, and I threw in the front yard just because we did that, and I thought it was fun. So I hope you guys have a great day. Stay safe, be blessed. Bye.